top. Spawning as the purple Protoss is our Malaysian player, Cobo, a relatively unknown.
Yep, he's completely unknown to me. I have actually not been able to see a single game of him in this tournament. I had to cast a lot of Walker, so I missed a lot of the group stages. I tried to watch a few replays in between, but well, Cobo wasn't the first guy that I started watching replays of.
I know what you mean. Of course, his opponent down here at the bottom, a more well-known player from Sweden. He's Cytoplasm.
Yep, very nice opportunity for him to get an easy laptop, and he also said that yeah, he could really use a laptop, so he's taking this really serious. He also didn't want to go out. He's like, nope, not going to party, I want to win that laptop, so he's that serious about this one. Of course, it's going to be a little bit tough for him as well, not being able to use his own keyboard, but being forced to play on the laptop.
Well, you know, if he's going to get that new laptop, he's got to get used to the keyboard. Sometimes he might forget his keyboard. He might have to use that one.
He's like he shows up at a tournament, and like there are a lot of tournaments. He's like, no, guys, I've got this. I'm using my laptop anyway.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, you know, when he's using that laptop on the airplane to watch a movie or surf the internet, he's going to have to use that laptop keyboard. He's not going to bring out his external gaming keyboard on the airplane. He's not going to do that.
No, which would be pretty uncomfortable. Unless he flies business class, then he probably has room for it.
Wow, look at that. A really late gateway. That gateway was actually made at 15. That was a super late gateway, actually.
Yep, kind of wonder what he's going to do with that. I don't know. I tried to make something out of it, but
well, I guess he was considering going for Nexus first. He saw he was like scouting. He's like, okay, if you make a spawning pool, I'll make my gateway. He may try to do a one-gate expand or something like that.
Yep, that would make. Actually, I think you made a really good point. That makes a little bit of sense. Even though he scouts a spawning pool, but it seems to be a 14 pool, 16 hatch. Even though it's a 14 pool, 15 hatch build. So yeah, what are you going to do then? I mean, obviously you can go for one gate expand, but it's a little bit tricky since you have no idea about the gas timing. Oh, he's going to block the hatch. I do dig that move.
Yeah, I'm down with that. I'm okay with that.
Can live with it.
I can live with it, yeah.
Quite annoying for Zergs who really want to go for hatch, for pool into hatch and not pool gas hatch. And now he's kind of forced to make an extractor after all. Saved up quite a bit of money. I don't think he should have cancelled. I mean, yeah,
I'm not sure about it. The Zerglings were on the way, but could have had his probe over there.
Am I crazy, or did that seem that hatch like one square to the right?
I don't know. I couldn't quite see very well, but I think it's probably fine. Yeah. Every time I see that, it seems that way, but then I'm like not sure.
Yeah, I have that often as well. And I think like, it's one to the right, and then it's like, then like, no, it's fine, Roti. I'm like, no,
I'm
it's
like,
one
I don't
to
know.
the
This
right.
guy's like a professional StarCraft player. He probably did it right, but it just doesn't seem like it's right.
It's like, hey man, do you know how many games I observe?
We've seen this a lot.
Cobo was going off on the cybernetics score. Still one gate so far for our Malaysian Protoss player. While meanwhile, Swedish Zerg, everything seems quite normal. I love the way that he positioned his Zerglings right there. He's gonna have to pay attention to it though, and it's gonna be a Stalker follow-up by our Protoss. Oh, nice scout right there by Cobo.
Yeah, he was able to sneak past that queen. Overlord not doing a lot of scouting yet.
And like this, what you mentioned, it's hard to keep track on the Chinese players. I think it's even harder to keep track on the Southeast Asian players.
Yeah, it's really difficult.
But apparently, the player who was here for representing Thailand, named Red Archon, was really quite good. I mean, he managed to be taught, so he must be good.
He is really good. He's actually quite known in the Southeast Asia scene. The thing about Malaysia is that it's actually growing very quickly. It just has not yet grown. People aren't being sent to international events, and if you're not going to foreign events, the foreigners aren't going to know about you in general. So.
Exactly, Speedling upgrade as well on its way. Nice building right there. Pylon connecting exactly with the Nexus even before the Nexus is down. So it definitely seems like Cobo knows what he's doing.
Yeah, and he's going for a one-gate Nexus after scouting what his opponent's up to. He's seen not very many Zerglings out. Saw the gas as well with that probe scout. So he knows, okay, I can probably do this. This will probably be fine.
Cytoplasm, our Swedish Zerg, continues mining gas right now again. He's morphing in more and more drones. He should have a significant drone lead by now, certainly after those 7 drones pop.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the late Nexus like that, he'll absolutely have a drone lead.
I'm kind of digging the overload position as well. It's already in the spot. He's going to be able to get a really good scout off. He has control of both Cell Naga Watchtowers. He's going to spot that Stalker right now in the middle of the map. I was a bit surprised that he chose Stalker over Sentry. I think it would be quite risky if you play against a lot of links but not having that Sentry start.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more difficult to deal with that way. And the Stalker not really able to go and put any pressure onto that third base.
Speed is ready for the Zerglings, as you can see. We can see them darting around. Wow, that's a very quick double forge.
Yeah, that's a little bit strange. I'm not sure if I agree with that because he's going to need the gas for sentries right now. And with the double forge going down, he's going to have to throw 200 gas at those upgrades immediately.
And he didn't even scout the third headshot. I mean, it could be a Roach Ling on lane, and then you're stuck with double forge. Would be cool if you could build cannons double as quick, but unfortunately it doesn't work like that.
Unfortunately not.
Imagine if you go like 4-4 and you warp in like cannons as fast as zealots. You can bring them
scary, man.
Yeah, like warp prism into cannon rush.
Yeah, dude, you just start dropping cannons in Zergler's base, he doesn't know what to do.
It's like, hey man, that's so unfair. Roach 1 being morphed in right now as well for Cytoplasm, who's at 60 supply. Our Protoss is at 52, who's warping in a few sentries. And we do see those double upgrades going down. Yeah, really curious to see what he's going to transition into. I mean, I can only imagine that he's aiming for a very late game. Otherwise, double forge makes no sense.
Yeah, you know what's interesting about going for the double forge in this matchup is the attack upgrade makes much more of an impact than the armor upgrade in this matchup, because normally, you know, you can kill the Zerglings faster, then they don't even really get to your armor. They can only kill your shields, for example, so the attack is much more important. Having the early armor can be helpful, but it's not that useful.
Yeah, I mean, it's always helpful, but I couldn't agree more. I don't really see the point in getting a really quick double forge. Cytoplasm right now at 46 drones, while we have 38 pros for Cobo, so he's doing a decent job at catching up. But right now, with that third charge, it's literally like a matter of seconds before Cytoplasm will be able to squeeze out 10-15 additional drones. And it seems like our Malaysian Protoss is preparing for a big gateway attack.
Yeah, he's going to, it looks like, use about 5 gateways with 1-1 to try to attack. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but with the 1-1 upgrades on the Zealots, I mean, he's going to kill tons of Lings.
Yep, and he has a ton of sentries as well, so he's going to have quite a few force fields. Cytoplasm is actually going to scout this right now, though. He does end up losing 4 or 5 Zerglings in the process. Right now, I'm pretty sure that we're only going to see Roaches. He actually doesn't have that many units on the map right now. I love that. He's running his own pylon, his own cannon right now with his probes. Very, very smart.
Yeah, really nice micro. In fact, that cannon killed a lot more Zerglings than I thought it was going to.
More and more Roaches on his way now as well. All that Cytoplasm needs is just to stall a little bit more time. And those Zerglings are really annoying now as well in the natural expand from the Protoss player. The Protoss is just going to warp in a pylon over here. And this, I would almost say it's everything or nothing right now, because if he's not going to kill anything with his attack, it's pretty much game over. He has no tech behind this whatsoever.
Yeah, he needs to be very careful with his attack. He might actually be able to end this game here. It's not going to be easy, though. Good force fields making the Zealots able to fight. He needs to warp in Stalkers, though. He doesn't have any real attacking units.
There's so many Roaches right now, and all of the sentries are just going to disappear like thin air. Those Zealots are hogging a force field. They're trying to attack the Roaches behind the force field.
That was like so terribly micro. The force fields were good, but then he didn't use them. Yeah, this this is game over, guys. I don't know what to say.
Yep, we have 4 or 5 Zealots remaining, but they're going to fall easily against all of these Roaches. He didn't end up killing a few drones in the process, but 180 supply against only 65 supply for our Malaysian Protoss. Infestation Pit being morphed in now as well.
Yeah, he can just get that Infestation Pit for free. He can even take a 4th base right now if he wants to.
Yep.
No tech whatsoever from Cobo. He's just now taking his gases at his natural.
Yep, we have actually a lot of melee upgrades right now going down, which is surprising considering the amount of Roaches that Cytoplasm has already. So perhaps he's aiming for a Roach, for a Ling Baneling compilation later on in this game. But I don't think it really matters. I mean, he's droning up like a madman, but any Roach counterattack would have just finished the game.
Yeah, and I think he's just going to continue to trade armies with the Protoss, make sure he can never take a 3rd, and eventually overwhelm him at this point.
Yep, that will work. Then again, a lot of things would work in this situation.
Yeah, Cobo, I feel like his attack was a good idea, but he didn't micro at all, and then he could have warped it. He should have warped in 1 round of Stalkers before going, because Sentries and Zealots cannot kill Roaches.
Nope, just takes forever. We see Spire going now as well in the main base. I'm not sure if that's a Muda Spire or a Corrupted Spire. In any case, it's too early.
Well, I know he's got a Hive on the way. It could just be a 3-base Greater Spire. He's that far ahead. He can do it if he wants to.
Yes, indeed. As all of those units parked at the 3rd base, basically, of the Protoss, it's going to make it even harder to take that base. You see quite a few Stalkers being morphed in now. He's finally getting a Twilight Console, so that at least gives him a little bit of tech. He might be able to get those Blink Stalkers out, but well, Blink Stalkers are good, Wolf, but not that good.
Yeah, in fact, he's just going to add more gateways on base. I think he may just try to do an all-in. I think it's his best option, quite frankly, at this point anyways. I mean, he's so far behind in every regard. The only thing that's going to win for him is something that his opponent doesn't expect. But look at this. Overseer coming in here for Cytoplasm. He knows what's coming. He's going to get a lot of Stalkers trapped here, perhaps. Nope. Scares him away.
Cytoplasm is just going to back off, at least for now. He's still expanding all around the map, though. Getting 1 more hedge on the right side of the map right now. First, Infestors is going to be on the field. Of course, Infestors are very, very useful against Blink Stalkers. And, well, that Overseer is going to have a really good time in the main base of our Protoss player. He's dropping a few changelings as well. More and more gates being warped in.
Yeah, it's like the super all-in. It's 8 gateways. It's going to be a Blink Stalker attack. that's really late. His opponent already has +2 for his Zerglings. He's got +2 Carapace on the way and even melee or missile attacks on the way. Greater Spire is the fastest Greater Spire I've ever seen, like 14 and 30 Greater Spire coming down here.
Yeah, there are actually quite a few European Zergs who love to play like that. I think perhaps he took a small play out of Nurture's playbook, who often gets those ridiculously quick Brooders, and even Stefano in general gets them really quick as well. But yeah, once again, after you stop an attack like that and you barely took any economical damage, you're still on 3 hatch against only 2 base Protoss, and he literally killed nothing and lost like 900 gas. Yeah, you can get away with a lot of things, including a Great Aspire at 14
That's true,
minutes.
man. Well, this Zerg army is going to be in an awesome position right now to fight the Protoss. The Protoss kind of against the wall, doesn't really have anywhere to run. Some good force fields going down, but most of the Zerglings are getting inside
nice
anyways.
Fungal. Really, really beautiful fungal right there by Cytoplasm, getting all of the Zealots, getting the sentries as well, and the Roaches just swarming around the Protoss army. And this will be GG's. Cytoplasm takes this first map very convincingly.
Yeah, I gotta say he looks pretty happy. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna get this laptop.
Like, yeah, I did this, son. I did that. Look at those Roaches. Look at them Roaches.
He did a good job. I have to say he just dealt with the attack really well, and I don't know, Cobo just botched it, man. He had enough force fields to where if he attacked his Zealots on the Roaches, he could have been okay. If he warped on Stalkers, I'm like, maybe he could have won the game there. It wasn't looking good, but